Hi everyone, it's Agnieszka Murdoch from 5 Minute Language. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. So today's video is all about language learning habits, and I know it's something that is popular because people always ask me about it. There's a video I've made about language learning routines and that's been incredibly popular. So I thought I would cover language learning habits as well to help you with your productivity and to help you get motivated, because motivation is key when it comes to learning a language. Sometimes it's really easy to procrastinate, so hopefully these tips will help you build language learning into your routine. So let's get started. So the first one is about building language learning into your routine and creating what I will call an anchor point. So an anchor point will be something that will help you attach language learning to another activity that is already part of your routine. So when you think about flossing, for example, flossing your teeth usually goes with brushing your teeth. You don't really do that when you sit on the sofa in the evening and you're watching the news. You don't just randomly floss because it's not part of that routine. It's part of the toothbrushing routine. When you're in the bathroom in the evening or in the morning, you're brushing your teeth and then you floss, or the other way around, right? At least that's probably how most people do it. So when you do that, when you create the anchor point, you find an activity that you already do, and then that can be followed up straight away by a language learning session. So you attach it to your existing routine, and that way you make sure it actually happens. So the next one that you need to make into a habit if you want to be a successful language learner is using a variety of resources. And I really want you to make that part of your routine. So rather than relying on a single resource, I want you to find at least 3 different resources where you will look up the same thing, because that variety will enable you to learn. It's the familiarity. When you check the same concept 3 times, you become more familiar with it, but also you will be able to see different examples or different explanations, and that will facilitate the learning process. For example, if you think about learning to drive, you don't just drive up and down your road. You go to different places. You go on a little road and a bigger road and a motorway, so that you can get familiar with different contexts, and that helps you become a good driver. So it's the same with language learning. Use variety, make sure it's part of your daily routine. The third one, I said variety, but also repetition. Repetition is incredibly important, and it's really simple as it sounds. When you're learning a language, when you're learning new words or new grammar concepts, you just need to see them again and again and again. See them and hear them and practice them repeatedly. So make sure repetition is part of your process. I have a separate video about spaced repetition, which is a particularly useful technique. So if you're interested, check it out as well. And the final one is learning to identify your areas for development. So if you think about your language skills, what is that one thing that you always struggle to do? So for example, during a conversation, there's always something that you struggle with, like, I don't know, if you're learning English, it might be the 3rd conditional. You kind of know that you need to use it, but you're not quite sure why. And you know the situations in which you feel a little bit confused and a little bit like you need to say something correctly, but you don't quite know how. So that is your area for development. That is something that you need to focus on first. Usually, if you think about progress, it's usually the most difficult thing that is holding you back. So find that most difficult thing, the thing that you struggle with the most, and focus on that. You need to do that first. I know it's easy to put that off because it's tricky, but if you focus on that first, that is actually the thing that will allow you to move forward. So do it. So I hope you found this short little video interesting and useful. Make sure you let me know in the comments, what are your favorite habits that have helped you learn languages successfully? And subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.